Hi everybody and welcome. I'm Tammy from Nutmeg Notebook and today we are cooking lunch. So this week, we are promoting the Vegan Health Bundle 2024 and we do have a book in there and we're so excited about that. But today I'm going to be showing you some things that I made from some other contributors, as well as something that I made that's my recipe, and something that's become really, really popular in the plant-based community and in the raw community are Melissa's wraps. And they are a raw wrap that is made in the dehydrator. And I am just getting tons and tons of questions about those, how you make them. Do you have to have a dehydrator? What's in them? Can you use the Breville? All kinds of things. So anyway, we're going to cover some of those items, show you some delicious things from the bundle, and hopefully take some of the mystery out of doing the wraps. So I'm not raw vegan. We eat a lot of cooked food. We loved cooked food. We wouldn't want to give up our sweet potatoes, our grains, our beans. We love cooked food, but I have to tell you that these wraps are a game changer. I bought the class from Lissa last year and I have been making them, I think it was last March even, maybe even a year ago. Is there something wrong with my mic?
I think it's bumping the other side of your
I'm making
jacket
noise
here.
Sorry, y'all.
Let's try that.
Okay, we'll see if we can't get this fixed. Belinda says, oh my goodness, you guys are hopping today. Yes, we are. Well, I have a haircut later today, so we needed to do our shows early today because we won't be back later today. So anyway, I bought this course from Lissa about a year ago because I know I made wraps for Mother's Day. And I'm gluten-free, I'm oil-free. Go try to find a vegan, gluten-free, oil-free, salt-free, or at least low-sodium wrap. They're not out there. They just are not out there. And so when I saw what Lissa was making, and it's Lissa from Raw Food Romance, she's one of the people that puts the bundle together for us. And when I saw what she was making, I was like, I got to have me some of those. And I have missed being able to have a sandwich or something, a wrap that I could hold in my hands to eat. And so this has just really been a big change for us. So I have a video. So it's a process making these wraps. So you blend everything in the blender first, then you need to get these silicone trays for your dehydrator, and then you pour the batter, if you will, into these. You have to spread it out. So we did do a little video and some pictures of the process because it's not something that I can show you in real time. And so Tom, I think I'm ready for you to bring up the video. So there's I think 32 wrap recipes in the ebook that Lissa has, along with the ingredients for the wraps. She gives you recipes for fillings and recipes for either a spread to put on the wrap or some kind of a sauce to pour on it as you're eating it. Now, and of course her stuff is all raw. I'm not raw. We do a lot of cooked things in our wraps, and so I'll talk to you about that as well. So we're going to go ahead and go.
This is no sound, it's just the video.
It's just the video, no sound. That's good. You don't have to hear
what's going on.
Yeah, so this is, you just put all of the ingredients in the blender and let it roll and puree and do its thing. Now, when you get her ebook, you are going to want to read all of the directions, and you're going to want to watch her video because there's certain specific things that you need to do to ensure that these will turn out well. One is there is chia, flax, or there we go.
There's the Vitamix Vortex.
There it is. does its job well. And you don't add those until like the last 3 seconds, 3 to 6 seconds, because if you add them too early, then your wrap will crack and craze and it won't work. And I did have that happen to me one time because I didn't follow her directions. So also, you probably need a food scale, and maybe Tom, you could grab our food scale. She gives you measurements by cups, but then she also gives you measurements by weight, and it will be far more accurate if you use the measurements by weight, because you know it, like how much sweet potato fits in a cup is going to depend on how chunky you diced it.
I'll drop the link for that in the chat.
Yeah. So we just have, I don't know how much this was. Was it $12?
It's under 20.
Yeah,
12
it's
or
an
15.
inexpensive food scale. You can put your own bowl on it, and then it has the tare. You can do grams or ounces on it, and it doesn't cost much, and I use it all the time. So, but it's particularly helpful for the wrap recipes, because she said that she tried over 60 different recipes to come up with the 32.
Here, I got it.
Oh, it's $13.
It's $12. Last purchased October 2nd, 2023. I'll drop this link in the comments.
Perfect. Okay, so just, doesn't take up a lot of space. If you don't have counter space, put it in a drawer until you're ready to use it. But weighing the ingredients will really help your wraps turn out perfect every time. Okay, so then we have a picture, I think. I'm going to let Tom do a little business here, and then he'll show us the next video. And so you're going to spread that batter out on these silicone dehydrator sheets. You do need to buy these because it's a lot of volume that we're putting into this, and we want that little bit of rim around there to contain all of the ingredients for the wrap. And then you'll see in the video that you use this offset spatula. You could just use like a rubber spatula, but I will tell you that this one works.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. This one works so much better. I'm just trying to see. So you see how it's hard against my dark jacket, how it's offset here. So it makes it so that you can go like this.
Yeah, we'll see that in the video.
And do it. Yeah. So let's show them that video.
And I'll be kind of clicking. It's a 4-minute video. We're not going to have you watch the spreading but I'm going to kind of click ahead through it so you can get the idea of what Tammy's doing with that.
Okay, so these are like 14 by 14 inch square that fit into the Excalibur brand of dehydrator, and I have the 9-tray dehydrator. Okay, so now let's show them that video.
Okay, can you push the number 3 button?
I can.
So tell us what's happening.
Okay, so now that batter that I blended up is just going into the trays. Now, if you want to get super specific, you can weigh how much you're putting on them. I don't. I eyeball it, and just by eyeballing it, you can do a pretty good job. Then, use a long-handled spatula to pull all that batter out as much as you can, and divide it between the trays. Each recipe makes 2 wraps. So you can dehydrate more than 2 at a time if you have a multi-tray dehydrator. Then you can do more than 1 at a time. And what you really want to try and do is spread it out and get it even, because you want it to all dehydrate at in the same amount of time. So if you have it thick in one spot and thin in the other spot, then the thick spot is going to stay moist and not be dehydrated when the thin spot gets dehydrated. So, it takes a little bit of time. You have to just keep going over it and spreading it and working with it. And the more you make them, the better you will get at doing that process. And so you saw, you're just doing this, just spreading it and getting it as even across it as you can. Now, these do need to set. Can you hand me that dehydrator tray over there, Tom? And so these are kind of flimsy, as you can see. And so you need to put these, thank you, honey, on top of your dehydrator trays. Here, I'm just set this here for the moment. And so this sits on top of your dehydrator tray, and that way, and do this before you pour the batter in. Set the little mold on your tray, because you don't want to have to pick it up. I have something, little piece of lint stuck there, and put it on there, and that way you can easily get these in and out of the dehydrator. Now, how long they're going to take to dehydrate is variable. Depends on the amount of humidity in your house, how much humidity is where you live. It depends on the different recipes, because some of them might be more moist than others. And you know, if it has sweet potato in it, the sweet potatoes might be drier this time than the last time. For me, it's usually somewhere around 12 hours that it takes. Sometimes it can take longer, so it just depends. All of the recipes are low fat. She does call for tahini in some of them. There could either be chia or flax, and then there's psyllium powder. So not psyllium husk. The psyllium husk doesn't work. You need the psyllium powder. I had the psyllium husk, and so I just used my little spice grinder. If you have like a little coffee grinder or a little spice grinder, you can put it in that and then make that into a powder. And so then what happens is once they are completely dehydrated, and they're not going to be crispy like a cracker, they're going to be soft. And you're going to want to watch Lissa's video, because she shows you that if you push on it and it makes dimples and the dimples don't go away, that means the wrap is not done. And so this one, I wasn't careful when I took it out of this originally, and so I tore the corner, but it's not going to matter. And so then this is what they look like. This was the side that was down, by the way, and so it has a little bit different texture on the top piece. The under piece is going to be a little bit more tacky. I wouldn't say it's moist, but I would say that it's kind of tacky. And so then you'll just take it off of the mold, and this little piece that I broke, I'm going to put it here, because then it will get rolled up inside. So that's how I'm going to do it. Okay, so then you have it here, and there's a lot that you can do. If you want to do a spread, you can do a spread right here on the wrap. Really only do that if you're going to be eating it right away, because since this is dehydrated, whatever you put on here that has moisture in it, this is going to draw that moisture into it. So if you put like a really wet hummus on here and you don't eat it right away, you stick it in the fridge, then you know it will start to absorb the moisture from it, and it will just change the texture a bit. So if you want hummus on it but you need to make it ahead of time, I would just take hummus with me if you're taking it to work with you, or camping, or on a road trip, or you're flying and it's going to be your lunch. But freeze that hummus if you're going on an airplane, because they'll let it through in a wrap, but they won't let it through as a container. So you can go ahead and fill them, and if you don't put a lot of wet ingredients in them, then you can fill them and take them with you and eat it the next day, and that would be fine. So you could do some kind of a vegan cheese spread on here if you want. I don't usually do that. I usually load it up, and I'll show you, because this is my chickpea salad. If you bought the bundle last year and got the cooking with batch cooking with Tami course, then you got this chickpea salad recipe. It uses the lemon dill dressing with capers, and it's like our favorite thing to put in the wraps. But Lissa has raw things that you can do, lots of different recipes. Sometimes I will do a veggie burger, in here. I'll do taco lentils. She has one wrap that's made with corn and it's Mexican flavors. And so I make it like kind of like a burrito, and you can do shredded cabbage and shredded lettuce and, you know, onions and green onions and salsa and all the things that you would love to have in a burrito, you can do in the wrap. So, and we don't heat these up. We eat them either cold or at room temperature. And so what I do is I start just piling on the greens. And Tom, I'm going to need a hand towel. A hand towel for the hand wraps. And if you have any questions, if you could preface and end with 2 or 3 question marks, that will help them stand out to us. I'll try to glance over and check that every once in a while because Tom's behind the camera so that he can try and come in close, zoom in close if we need to. So this is hand salad wraps, and the reason we can call them that is because you can pack in your lunch salad in here. Now, if I chopped this, I could get even more greens in it, but I'm not going to chop it. I'm really going to just pile it. And so you'll see that you can make it a big old salad, but you're going to eat it out of the hand instead of in a bowl. So, which is really fun. And then you get to hold it, which makes it great to take for a picnic, to take with you when you're hiking, to take with you on the plane. So you can just put whatever you want. So this is spring mix that I have on here. If I had some just plain spinach, I could use that. We could use kale in here, whatever kind of lettuce, whatever kind of greens that you have. I've got some peppers. Red would have been pretty, but I used up my red ones, and so I'm using the orange ones because the orange ones were the next ones that need to be used. And let's see, I think at this point I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put on some of this chickpea salad. Now, it's really easy to overstuff these. I have put like way too much in them before. But this is like such a great meal because remember, this is also made out of veggies. So, and they're made out of different things. They might be onions, they might be raw sweet potatoes, it might be a combination of some raw veggies and some fruits. It can be, you know, just the variety is just amazing.
Loaded up.
I know, loaded up, Tom says, because you know what? He is really enjoying this because he gets to eat all this food that I'm making. All right, so now I have English cucumber, and I've just sliced them really thin. So I'm just going to place those on here. That'll be a layer for us, and they're really delicious. So you see how this is? This is a salad, but in a really unique way. It's just so amazing. And once I start to wrap it, that's when I figure out that I either have too much or I have room to add more. And so then I just make adjustments accordingly. Okay, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of black pepper because we like it. And then if I had fresh herbs, I would totally do fresh dill in this, but I don't have dill today, so I have dry dill. And so I'm just going to sprinkle it with some dry dill because this is kind of like a no tuna type salad. And then I have some shredded carrots that I want to add to it. And I had bought the coleslaw mix, just the cabbage, carrots, 2 kinds of cabbage and carrots that I have in there.
Laura's wondering if you have a favorite wrap and what dipping sauces do you use for the wraps?
Yeah, so our favorite one is this one, which I think is called like honey mustard or something like that. It does not have honey in it, but I think that it's something like that. When we start eating, I'll look at the book so that I can tell you. Okay, I may have gotten this one a little fat. We'll see.
Give it a smush before you start to roll.
Yeah, I'll smush it down. And then you can kind of smush it as you're rolling too. But as you can see, it really holds a lot because it's really big. So Lissa shows to pull this up first, and then you're going to fold the sides in, kind of like you're creating an envelope. So you see that? You're kind of creating like an envelope. It's a little bit like rolling a burrito. And you guys have seen how great they do that, like at Chipotle. And then you just roll. And I actually could have put a little more in here. Now, I'm just going to take and spread just a little bit of my dressing here, because that helps this
That's
stay.
like the glue on the envelope.
Yep, that's like kind of like the glue on the envelope. There you go.
Wow.
I know, it's amazing, right? Then just tuck these in. And so you can see it does not crack. It's pliable. So when, Tom, I'll need my chef's knife, please. I thought I had everything, but I didn't. But look at that. It's just like, oh, so amazing. And so then I try to evenly cut it.
Wrap it first with the red and white?
No, because as fat as I make them, I have to wrap, one sheet won't wrap the whole thing.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Look at that. Yum. Doesn't that just look amazing, you guys?
And I get to eat all of that.
Yeah. Well, you can have this whole one. I already made a set, but here, I want to show them the plate. He's getting so excited, he's grabbing his plate already. Did you guys see that? He was coming at me, grabbing his plate already. I haven't even gotten it wrapped. Okay, so these fun little papers, you can, they're little deli papers, and you can get these from Amazon. We have them on our Amazon store. Is the Amazon link in the show notes?
For the papers?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, just the link. Just so we have the
I'll
papers.
do our general Amazon link. I put the scale in there. Somebody's asking how much does that guy weigh, that burrito?
I don't know.
I put the scale there for you.
Okay, Diana Varner. Okay, hang on. Diana Varner says, I have a Magic Meals dehydrator. The trays are 12 by 11. Would that size work? What I can tell you is that Lissa designed the recipes to make 2 wraps in these 14-inch trays. So she said there is a smaller rectangular tray, and her mixture will make 3 of the smaller ones, but I don't know what size that smaller one is. And so if you go to Raw Food Romance to her Instagram account, she did a live video the other day, and I think that she talked about the other size that some people have had success with. So, but what she can tell you is that she made her recipe to make 2 of these 14-inch trays, and they're not exactly 14-inch, they're like 13 point something, but she just refers to them as 14-inch trays.
What are those paper wraps called, so I can look them up in our order history?
These are, I think they're called deli papers, something like that. So I actually could have stuffed this even bigger. I could have made it bigger. And so, but because we make them so big, one deli sheet won't wrap the whole thing. And so I just wrap them like this in these deli papers, and this just helps it stay held together when you're eating it. Or if you want to wrap them to take with you when you're going to go for a picnic or you're going on a hike, then you can do that. And then I usually take a little piece of tape and I just tape this down so that it will stay. And then I'll just show you here. So I already have a couple of them that I made earlier.
Okay, I put the deli papers both in the chat and in the show notes.
Okay, great. So now we've got, oh, look at this is just like, ta-da!
I'm doing my camera duties. Let me see that.
Okay, I'm going to get another paper so I can wrap another one for you.
Oh, that's a fun way to serve.
Yeah, so you guys, you could, that baked tofu that I made the other day, you could take baked tofu and all the cabbage and all of that. You could take tofu and baste it with barbecue sauce, like the Well Your World barbecue sauce, and bake it, and then do lettuce and do cabbage and ranch dressing. Oh my gosh, that would be so, so good. Okay, so now I'm going to wrap this one.
While you're doing that, I'm going to do a close-up of these three. Let's see if I can get my focus. There we go.
Oh, they want to know how much it weighs. That's right.
The two pieces together. So
that's right. We're going to weigh these. Okay, if you could get me 2 little pieces of tape.
Yeah, if we can take...
that one and this one we'll take out, but I need a little piece of tape to hold the paper together.
Scotch tape?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know if you can reach it because the camera is right there. I just need 2 little pieces.
You're probably looking at the back of my head.
No, they weren't until you came up. And then just one other little piece for the other one.
Yeah, if we take them all out and we can tear out the bin and then set them back in. So I'm going to lift these.
Oh, well, I would
tear out the bin.
Okay.
Just tear it out to 0.
There we go.
And you got it in ounces or grams?
Pounds and ounces.
Oh no, just one.
So that one weighed
1 pound. 2.2 ounces.
1 pound, 2.2. Let's see. I think this one's
Average
lighter.
them and put them all in there, and then we'll average it.
Okay. So all of them
2.6.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're each
2 are a little over a pound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's great. Okay. So yeah, these turned out so cute. Okay, well, I do have to get a picture of it before we eat it because, you know, that's what we do.
I'll be patient.
Tom says
I'll stay on this side of the camera.
He's going to be patient. We'll see. Okay, so how much did it weigh? Each wrap weighed a little over a pound. I actually could have gotten more. I could have gotten more in both of those. You know, I just didn't want to embarrass myself on camera and let you see what a pig I am. Oh, wow, these are so amazing. Well, I'm getting you in the picture.
Oh,
but you're cute. I don't mind having you in the picture. Trying to get it so all my mess doesn't show, just the board. Hard to do.
Apple today says you're weighing your hand salad babies.
I know. I know. So funny, isn't it?
Diana says hers come out the same. Or no, Mary Cooper. I'm coming in the middle of a conversation.
You came in the middle of a conversation?
Apple Day makes them every week in her smaller 4-tray Excalibur.
Nice.
With 10 by 11 trays.
Okay, perfect. And how many wraps does one recipe make for you? That's what I'm curious about. Okay.
So this is all this recipe is in Liz's wrap salads.
Can you show them the picture
From the bundle? Oh yeah, I do have that here,
Yeah.
don't I? Let me bring that up.
While you show them that, I'm going to run over there actually and get a better
So
shot.
this is the raw, vegan, oil-free, gluten-free hand salads cookbook from
Lissa Maris.
from Lisa Maris, and it's in the Vegan Health and Weight Loss Bundle. And where do I have that stashed on here? I'm going to shrink this down in my computer. I think I've got, okay, yes. The link in our show notes, the link in the chat, which I don't think I put in there, leads you to here. And and then you can scroll through this and get the description. Oh, here it is. Hand salads, raw vegan wraps, gluten-free, oil-free vegan wraps made in the dehydrator from a high fiber blend of fruits and vegetables. So Tami does make these for us every now and again, and they, especially in the springtime and the summertime, they're an awesome meal on a hot day. And as you saw in the blender originally, there's a whole bunch of really substantial stuff that goes into the wrap itself. And then the chickpea no tuna salad and all the greens. It is a massive meal, a pound of wonderful goodness, very healthy meal all the way through. So,
Yep.
So we really do enjoy those. Tami bought this book last year as a standalone so that she could get her hands on these recipes and perfect making these wraps. So so we do enjoy them. And you were over there doing okay, these pictures are going to probably show up later on a blog post or a Facebook or an Instagram post. She's over there doing food photography. So here she comes back.
Well, they're just so good. You guys, these are such a game changer. They really are. I just can't even tell you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're still standing, so I got to stay on this camera.
Look at these. They're just so, are we on this camera? Which camera am I on?
Tami Cam.
Okay, Tami Cam. Look at them. They are absolutely incredible. They're so flavorful. And so with the chickpea salad, and you could use any chickpea salad if you don't have my batch cooking course, then you don't have this, because that's the only place that this lies. And then, but this dressing, this lemon dill dressing with capers, this recipe is on the blog. So you can get this. So what we love to do with this is we love to spread it on here as we're eating it. And I made these for Mother's Day last year, and our son was here, and he went crazy for this. This is just so delicious.
Tracy,
So go ahead.
Tracy Reese doesn't have a hand spatula suggestions, like maybe a rubber spatula
Yeah, you could use
with a flat edge.
Yeah, you can still use, you can use a rubber spatula, anything. You know, I will take the tray, once I get the batter in it, I will take the tray, and you know, I'll go like this a little bit to try to help it, just like you do, like if you're making a cake recipe,
Yeah, something
or
like this,
or
or something like this.
Yeah, you could use a spatula like this and go like that and just smooth it out. Just keep going, and you know, the more you work it, the smoother it will get. You just want to try to get it as even across there as you can. And then you're dehydrating them at a low temperature. It's just like 115 degrees. You don't want to go above that, not just because then it's no longer raw. It's because it will just dry out too fast. We're doing slow. We're doing a slow dehydrating in the hopes that it's all going to dehydrate at the same amount of time and be dry across. What's so funny? Tom's laughing.
Oh, Rich likes my shirt.
Oh, good. Yes.
And somebody said they liked your hair earlier.
Oh, thank you. So absolutely make them, even if you don't have an offset spatula. An offset spatula only costs about $7. And so if you can order one from Amazon, or, you know, the next time you're at a store that has kitchen supplies, look for one, because it just makes it so much easier. What I do with it, it just makes it so much easier to spread. And especially if you get a nice long one like this, then you can cover a much bigger area than you can with this, because see, most of this is the handle. But yeah, you can totally make these even if you don't have that. Absolutely. You cannot make them in an oven. The oven does not go down low enough. Now the Breville does have a dehydrating function on it. I have not tried making them in the Breville because I have the standalone dehydrator, and we want the full size wrap. But if I didn't have that, I would totally look for trays that would fit in there, and I would make them. I totally would, because these are so delicious, you guys. And I told you I would look and see what flavor or which recipe this was. So I'm going to grab my chair and bring my chair over, and I'm going to, so I showed you.
Are you standing up some more for the cookies or no?
No, I'm going to sit down.
Okay.
For the cookies. And then I made these cookies. I actually mixed the batter up last night, but I didn't have time to bake them because we met a bunch of local people and Chef AJ at the local vegan restaurant that has the Tami special, and they now have the Chef AJ special.
Which is a soup.
Which is a soup, but mine is a delicious stir-fried vegetables without oil, and they don't put any sugar in the sauce for me, so it has kind of, they use broth and a little bit of cornstarch, and then a ton of vegetables, and then I also get brown rice with it, and then they pour it over the brown rice for me, and it's delicious. And so, but I made these cookies.
Before you go to the cookies,
yes.
Tracy wants to know, is there an easiest recipe of the wraps or in the book that you...
You know, they're all the same as far as easiness, because you are just taking the ingredients
in blender
and you're putting them in the blender. I want these to be front and center because just look how pretty that is. Oh, you should actually take a picture of me with these and we can show Lissa. What was I going to say? I need to not talk for a second while Tom takes the picture, so that whenever he tries to take a picture when I'm doing some kind of a presentation, and I'm talking, then my mouth is always doing something totally weird. Ah, you're in front of everybody.
But I can raise up a little bit. They can see you. They're watching me take a picture of you. Actually, I can frame this up in the camera from their point of view.
Should I hold them up, or what should I do?
Just like that, and then look at me. Let me get a little bit closer. There, that's great.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so all of the recipes I would say are equally as easy. So just look at what ingredients do you have on hand and which one can you make. He's taking another picture, so I stopped talking. There's a Mexican one that uses corn. I really tasted really delicious. There's one with barbecue mushrooms that's really good. There's a pizza one that I made. I believe it had tomatoes in it. And so then I made these. I have never...
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I like to take a veggie burger and crumble up a veggie burger inside of it. That is really tasty. You can take taco lentils or beans and rice and lettuce and corn and salsa and put that in. If you do something that has ingredients that have a lot of moisture, then you're going to want to make it and eat it right away, because remember, the wrap is dehydrated, and so if you introduce a lot of moisture to it, then it is going to absorb that moisture. So I'm going to look at the menu in just a minute at her recipes to tell you which one.
So is this the same wrap here that you made the other day? What I've got on the screen, is that?
That's the one that I made this morning.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. That's the one that I made this morning.
Right.
I'm sure I have pictures in there of the other ones. Okay, so these are a peanut butter and jelly oatmeal cookie. This is from Vicki Brett Gach, and I need to tell you what the name of her book is. If I have it, do I have that one written down? You're just gonna have to find it.
Okay.
Vicki Brett Gach.
I'll scroll.
And she has an ebook of all desserts, sweet treats, and
here it is.
Oh yeah, that's it. Feel great desserts. Tom will show you which one. And these are absolutely delicious. So a little bit of peanut butter and jelly in these. Wow, what a difference. And there's not a lot of jelly, but the flavor comes through. So Feel Great Desserts by Vicki Brett Gach.
It says,
from the Ann Arbor Vegan Kitchen.
Making amazing desserts like chocolate cupcakes with purple potato icing, apple pear crumble, banana split mini bundt cakes, pumpkin spice chocolate truffles, spiced toffee pecan cookies, cinnamon cappuccino ice cream, and many more.
There you go. So absolutely everything in that book looks delicious. You would want to make all of it. So Feel Great Desserts. I need to write that down so I don't forget. Okay, Feel Great Desserts.
And that's from Vicki.
Yep, and these were the PB&J cookies, and now I'll need to open up the book for these so I can look at the recipe. So I'll need you to look at the chat. Keep track of the chat over there, if you could. Okay, so Dominic wants to know, do those wraps freeze well? I have not tried to freeze them because they're dehydrated. And when you freeze things, that changes the structure of whatever you're freezing. And so I'm afraid that that probably wouldn't work. Think, we don't freeze like fruit leather. That's been dehydrated. I'm not sure what freezing would do.
It's going to dry it out. It's going to change the texture.
Yeah, it'll change the texture, and probably then when it thaws, it'll probably turn to mush, is what I would think. So I don't think you could freeze them. They're very easy to make. I can tell you that it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to prep the ingredients, to put them in the silicone trays, and then pop them into your dehydrator. Then the dehydrator needs to run for 12 to 14 hours, depending on where you live. I have kept them for up to 2 weeks. So these wraps here, I made a week ago. So I made them, is today, yeah, I made them.
Today's Monday.
Yeah, I made them last week. And then I simply buy these 2 gallon size Ziploc containers. These are 2 gallon size. And the wrap will fit perfectly in here. And so I take it out of the silicone tray, and then I put it in here. And if I'm going to store more than one, then I will put some parchment paper in between them so that they don't stick together. And then I do put them in my refrigerator because if you don't have them dehydrated enough, if there's enough moisture left in them, then they could grow mold. And so I don't leave them out. I do put them in the refrigerator, but they're in this bag so that they don't dry out, and they last for 2 weeks in the refrigerator for me. So, but because they're so quick and easy to make, go ahead and make 2 or 4 of them for the week, and then make another batch, because it's very simple and easy to do. So,
where does the no tuna chickpea salad recipe live?
It is in our Batch Cooking with Tami course.
Okay.
That is the only place that it is. But lots of people have this recipe. So if you bought the bundle last year, then you have this recipe, because this recipe was in our Batch Cooking course that was in last year's bundle. So what we're talking about today are the recipes and ebooks that are in the new vegan health bundle for 2024. And our class this year is the Cooking for Company, Easy Plant-Based Entertaining. So 10 full menus. I tell you, everything to put together to make a nice menu for your family or your friends. And then also a guideline on how to prep it. So what can be made ahead of time that can be popped in the freezer or just kept in the refrigerator, just to try to make entertaining easy. So these are our 10 favorite menus for serving to family and friends who don't eat like us. So to rave reviews, I might add. So if I can feed family and friends who don't eat whole food plant-based and they ask for the recipes, I know I have had success. And so these are my tried and true recipes and menus, which is really important, because I remember when I first went whole food plant-based, I had no idea how I was going to feed people who didn't eat like us. And so this is the book that I wished I had had. I have soups in here, lentil shepherd's pie, lasagna, a Mediterranean menu, which is a really easy one. Best burrito bowl buffet, wonderful salsas and beans and rice and cheese sauce and beautiful dessert. There's just so many things. Lick your chops, vegan mushroom, steakhouse dinner. This is a winner for the men, let me tell you. Tom loves it because he gets to use a steak knife to cut that mushroom, and he thinks that that's really cool. And then I don't know if you guys saw my reel that I put up on my new pie recipe, but it is to live for. It's absolutely delicious. Here it is. This is the chocolate peanut butter pie, oh my, with a chocolate fudge sauce and then nuts on top. It is so delicious. So anyway, lots of good food in here. Good food is good food. Ours just happens to be healthy and plant-based, but it can be enjoyed by anyone. Oh, and Tom, do you want to tell them about how you hyperlinked it and what the QR codes do and all of that?
Okay, yeah.
Because I just want you guys to tell Tom thank you, because he went to an awful lot of work to put in a lot of details that you won't know about if we don't point them out.
Yeah, so some folks will print a particular recipe page out of the book, and so then all of the fancy blue underlined hyperlinks to take you to a video or to take you to a related recipe and so forth, of course, don't work on printed paper. So what I did is I created these QR codes to take you to relative information about the recipe, whether it is the original blog post, which may go into greater detail about the ingredients or sub-ingredients or preparation techniques. And then in the blog post will be links to any related video that goes through a technique or a demonstration. Mm-hmm. So to get you back into the world of electronics off the printed document without having to go searching on the internet, you've got hyperlinks here. Anytime you see a blue with underlined, that's a link to a video or to an original blog post recipe. Or in some cases, like the lasagna, there are related recipes like the marinara sauce that will be used in completing the lasagna recipe, that sort of thing. So another thing I did, as you'll see on the front cover here under starches, there's this little back to contents button. So all of the pages have the back to contents button down here at the bottom, and that is hyperlinked if you're using on an iPad like Tami does, to take you right back to the index, so that you don't, because since it's 117 pages long, that scroll gets old after a while. You can click on that, it takes you right back to within a page or two of where you want to be. So hopefully you'll enjoy those added 2024 features to the book.
Yeah, so people are saying, thank you, Tom. Pamela says, thank you, Tom. Kay Paris says, thank you, Tom. I appreciate the links with your book. I've already been checking them out.
All right.
Yay! Mary says, I'm glad I'm here while you are on live. I was out of town, but I've been watching live, but want to order from you two. Just order. This is bigger than the last two. Thanks, you two. And you're right, this one is bigger than the last two. Okay, so there was a question, do I leave the the wraps on the silicone tray. I do not. I just put that one back in the tray just to show you for demonstration purposes this morning. But because I had it out of the silicone tray just in the bag, because I like to be able to use the silicone trays again. And you know, like sometimes I want to get more wraps made before we run out of the ones that I already have made. So, so I just store them, the wrap, in the bag. So you can kind of, you know, curl it a little bit to first ease it in to get past the top Ziploc part, and then let it spread out, and it fits perfect in those 2-gallon size bags. So I am going to switch. Susan Bristol says, thank you, Tom. You two are a real team. Mary says, Tom, thank you for the features. I noticed the link back to contents. It was great. Diana says, love you both, and thank you, Tom, for your technology touches and your cameraman abilities. All right. Thank you for giving him some love.
Yeah, my fragile male ego is overflowing with appreciation right now. Thank you.
Oh, well, seriously, we are a really good team, because the good thing is that we're good at different things. So Tom is really great at technology. It's been a huge learning curve since, you know, he joined me in doing this. Like I couldn't do what he does, and he couldn't do the part that I do. But so together we make a really good team.
During the development of the ebook, I would come running downstairs from my office and I'd go, look, I had this idea. I did this. It was like a 12-year-old boy running to mama to get applause for you know, doing his chores or something. But yeah, I would get excited about, you know, what if I do this? What if I do a link back on every page so they can go back to the index? And
yeah.
And she says, well, yeah, that would be cool. So anyway, got it all done and thought, okay, well, this is great. Just trying to, you know, always up the game a little bit each year.
Okay, so while you'll monitor the chat, I'm looking up.
You're back on camera one now.
I'm looking at Lissa's. Okay, and well, here, if we can kind of show them.
Sure. Let me just hold that up to a camera, and you can talk about what's going on. Let me come around and grab it.
Oh, it's okay. I can hand it to you, hon.
No, I'm coming around to the camera,
okay.
and I'm going to scroll.
So I just wanted to show them that I have this on my iPad. You can't reveal any of the recipes, but I have it on my iPad. Can you guys see it?
Oh, I got to set. You know what? You turn on. I'm going to set the light, and I'll zoom in.
Okay.
And not, you know, not so much that the recipe showing up, but I've got the lighting is an issue.
Okay. So should I tip it down? What should I do?
No, you're fine.
Okay. So this is the hand salads. I have all of the bundle content I have on my iPad, and so I just go on the list and I find the hand salads book, and then I bring it up, and then you can just scroll. You see, you can just on the side you can scroll, or you can scroll here and just go through the pages. So I'm gonna. There's
the index.
Here is the index, and here's all the different wraps that you can make. There are so many. And so this is my go-to one, because I feel like this one is pretty neutral and can go with most fillings. So let me find what it is. Oh, I've made the everything but bagel wrap, and that was really good. And you sprinkle everything but the bagel seasoning on it. And there are some SOS-free ones. You can get an SOS-free bagel seasoning from Well Your World, from Local Spicery, or at Sprouts has one too. And so that one is very good. The Buffalo Ranch wrap is good, but I just use baked tofu in that, and coleslaw and ranch dressing, so you can make it your own. Honey, I love mustard wrap. That's what this one is. Honey, I love mustard wrap. There's no honey in it. It has dates in it for the little bit of sweetness, and then it also has mustard powder in it. And so, and you know, a lot of them have onions in them, or they might have raw sweet potatoes. They might have tomatoes, lots of different ones. So there's a coconut breakfast burrito, microbiome party wrap, a green goddess wrap, a sweet ginger rainbow wrap, mushroom fajita, Italian herb pizza wrap. I made that one. That was really good. And then just crumbled up. I can't remember if I did veggie burgers in that, or it might have been my breakfast sausages. I'm thinking it was my breakfast sausages, along with some Well Your World pizza sauce in that. And that was super delicious.
Mary's asking, did you make the tacos yet?
From their taco book, I have not. I have not made the tacos. Let's see. I'm trying to see. There was another one there was something that I made that had curry in it, but I don't remember now. But anyway, lots of delicious stuff. There's a Mediterranean meatball wrap. You know, you can't go wrong. They're all delicious, but this one, honey, I love mustard wrap, is the one that I usually go to because I always have the ingredients on hand to make it, and I feel like it just goes with a lot of things. Okay, you ready to have a taste test?
Oh, sure. Of cookies or of hand wraps?
Well, I think you want a hand wrap, don't you? Aren't you hungry for lunch?
It's lunchtime.
Okay, so you pick which one you want.
I want this big one right here. Is that first one?
That was kind of standing up, huh? And then you can put some extra.
Here, let's get our book out of the danger zone here.
It is in the danger zone. It is. So, somebody did ask me on the last show, the last live, about printing the book. We did take it and had it printed at our local Staples. It is not cheap. It's like $80 to have them print it on, like we have cardstock for the cover and for the back, and a plastic protector on the front and the back. And of course we had it spiral bound, and we had it put on 28 weight paper.
Because we're going to be showing it for show and tell, you know, regularly for the next year.
Yeah, so. And plus once I've printed these, I use them in my kitchen all the time. So, so yes, you can get it printed. If you choose to print it, you can print it at home yourself. And we do give permission for that. I think it's on the legal stuff and personal use permission. This is where we give you permission. If you take it to a printing place, they will say, do you have permission to print this? And so then you'll show them this page where we say that you have permission to print it one time for personal use. Okay, so you can do it. Somebody did tell us that there are some online printing opportunities that are less expensive. We haven't checked into that. Or if you have like a junior college near you, sometimes they will have a print shop where they're teaching how to do printing, and you can get things printed less expensively there as well. But we haven't looked into that. But hope that answers that question. And then I'm going to go back to YouTube and see if there's any other questions.
Ocean Breeze says the only problems with the wraps is that they like them too much and eat too many.
Well, you know what? They're very low calorie density because these are made mostly from vegetables. There are a few of the recipes that call for tahini, but you know, like 1 or 2 tablespoons of tahini spread across.
No, this wrap is all vegetables. It doesn't have white flour in it.
No. And so they're very low calorie density, and of course they do still have all of their fiber. They have less water because we've dehydrated them, but they do have all that fiber. Somebody asked me, go ahead and take a bite, honey. Somebody did ask me if because they're dehydrated, does that cause any digestive issues? You need
I'll get it.
Here. And we have not had any digestive
issues.
I know, digestive issues from eating the dehydrated wraps, because I mean, we're getting lots of water and fiber in all of those vegetables that I have tucked in there. So it's not been a problem for us, but they are absolutely delicious. Mary says, love your presentations as always. Can't wait to try the wraps. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. So we do have our link is in the show notes. So underneath this video, you'll see our affiliate link for the bundle.
I put it in the chat a couple times too.
We each person has their own unique link for the bundle, and we only get paid for the ones that are sold using.
Spoon. Are you using that spoon?
No, I'm not. Using our affiliate link. And so if you choose to support us, we want to thank you
yes, very much.
for that very much. And many of you have already purchased it and emailed us to let us know that you used our link. And we thank you so much for that. The book, this question comes up, this book will be available to purchase after the bundle. We will have it for sale on our website for $27.50. So, I mean, just add a little more to that and get all 150 items that are in the bundle that is valued at a little over $8,000. So if you were to go purchase all the individual content, it would cost you $8,000, but you get everything for $49. And there's so much in there that is valuable. So lots of good stuff. Does the honey wrap have tahini in it? I believe it does. I have to bring it up again. Let me see. Da, 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 da.
Is this the honey wrap we're eating now?
Yeah, it's the one we're eating now. It's so good. So can you talk while I'm looking for this? He can't talk. He cannot talk. I have to go look at the recipe. 218.
Now you're scrolling.
I know. My brain is just mush right now, you guys, from doing so many lives.
So I like to drizzle. I like some sauce. Now there's probably a better way to do this sauce. I'm just letting the dollop fall on the surface each time.
Well, Lissa puts it in a squeeze bottle.
And squirts on it. So you take a couple bites, and then I want more sauce because I bit off the sauce. But that's fine. I like doing it this way.
Yeah, this wrap does use 2 tablespoons of tahini. So it does.
So each half has 1 tablespoon.
No, it has 2 tablespoons and it makes 2 wraps. So each wrap has 1 tablespoon. Oh, each
half.
Yeah, but you usually eat 2 halves. Oftentimes I just eat 1 half. So I would just get 1.5 teaspoons of tahini. So I think there's 17 grams of fat in 2 tablespoons of tahini. So I would be getting 1/4 of that in 1 wrap. So you know, and that's, everybody has to decide if that is too much fat for them or not. And we know for people that have heart disease, then it might be. So, and Lissa, she played with these for such a long time, tried 60 plus recipes when she was recipe testing. And so she feels like the recipes that she came up with are like perfect. And as long as you follow her instructions, and I say watch her video, read all of her instructions through thoroughly first, before you embark on making them.
I remember you watching her videos.
Yeah, so because I just wanted to be able to make them and make them right. But they're delicious, aren't they? They're so fun. It's just such a treat to be able to have that. So I feel like the whole bundle is, that her book is worth the cost of the whole bundle, because I've gotten so much enjoyment out of making those. Oh, I better go back to YouTube and see what the gang is doing.
And you talked about the cookies already?
Yeah, and these are delicious. These are the PBJ cookies.
I remember now.
From Vicky's book, and those are so delicious. Dorothy says, I used this link to buy the bundle. Love your show. Thank you for all your hard work. You are so welcome. Ocean Breeze says, oh, my tummy gets too full is all. And Dr. K. Paris says, Dr. Furman has taught a small amount of healthy whole food fat. Helps you get more nutrients out of the veggies. Lots of fun stuff being shared here today.
I'm just loading up on nutrients. That's what I'm doing.
That's right. So if you missed our, we had a really nice chat with Sid Nodder this morning at 11, and it's just right around 30 minutes. Go back and have a look at that. She has a really comprehensive program in the bundle all about osteoporosis, how to prevent it, what to do if you have it. It's really amazing. So,
and then she collaborated with the doctor on all of the science part and the exercise part.
Well, with a physical therapist.
Yeah, PT.
Yeah, with a physical therapist. So, and then she has a couple of other collaborations that she did in the bundle as well. And we've been interviewing somebody or showing recipes ever since Friday. So make sure you check out the work that we've already done. And
if you've already got the bundle, you can grab some ideas.
Right.
Like, this is amazing, and something you want to bookmark somewhere to remember to dig into once you get digging into your own bundle.
And I've been showing you guys my own notes. And so you want to take notes when you're looking at the content in the bundle. Write down, oh, I saw this program, and the person's name and the name of that bundle submission, so that you can go back and find it later. And if you look at, there's some of the books I look at and I think, oh my gosh, I want to make like every single recipe in that book. And so for sure you're going to want to keep that ebook on your computer or on your smart notepad. What's it called? No. What's the other name for notebooks? No. What are they called?
I call it iPad.
Well, not everybody has the Apple one. Tablet. Thank you. I knew there was a word. And so you're going to want to keep it on there so that you can find it easily to make a recipe. If there's only 3 or 4 recipes in one of them, or one recipe that you want to make, just print that one recipe and then get a 9x13 3-ring binder, paper punch it, and put it in there. And that way you will have it. Because somebody said to me the other day, well, I'll forget where, I'll try something and then I'll forget where that recipe is. That's why you can print it, or you make yourself a note and write it down. Or if it's a book that you love a lot of the recipes, make sure you have it where you can easily get to it as well.
What I did for Tammy is I got one of these, and I've got the whole bundle on here. And it's in her computer, and it's in her tablet. So I've got it saved in 3 places. This is a SanDisk solid state SSD drive, 1 terabyte. The bundle's only 4.5 gigabytes, so it doesn't even put a dent in it. But
that way we have it.
And you can move this from device to device. You can move this from your laptop to your desktop if you want to look up or cruise through recipes. She does cruise through the files on her iPad while she's resting on the couch and whatnot. So.
Yep. The rare event that I get to rest. So anyway, somebody else said to me that they thought this bundle was the best one yet. This is the 3rd bundle that we have participated in, and I do think there's a lot of exceptional content in the bundle this year. There's just wonderful different programs and books that are amazing. So, okay, I think that's a wrap for us. I'm going to eat my lunch.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. That's a wrap. I just said it. I didn't even.
You didn't do it on purpose?
I did not, but
Isn't she just a natural? She makes puns and doesn't know it.
Oh, that's too funny. All right. Well, that works. I don't know.
Okay.
Too funny. All right. So that's it for us today.
We won't be back again today. But you'll see us tomorrow. So
yeah, we'll come on tomorrow. I don't know what I'm making yet. I got to look through my list and see what I'm making.
You got to check out what's in your bundle.
I got to look through the bundle some more I've already got a nice list of things. So yeah.
What's in your bundle? You won't know unless you have it. Check out the links.
Yeah, we might even do like a recap where we can tell everybody, you know, show pictures
of what we've been liking.
Of what we've been liking. Yeah, that might be good. That would be fun too.
Okay.
So, all right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. Would you please give us a thumbs up? That really helps our ratings here on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed yet, please think about subscribing. And if you click on that bell, there's that little bell icon by subscribe. When you click on that, then they send you YouTube will send you a notification whenever we have new material.
Gina popped in.
Gina's here?
Yeah.
Hey, Gina. Hey, girl.
Okay. Yeah, I just saw some blue wrenches going by. I thought, what's going on?
That was Gina. Well, thanks for hopping on here with us, Gina. Gina is one of our amazing moderators who helps us in the chat with everything, and we really appreciate that. You know, we have such a wonderful, amazing plant-based community. We just really feel blessed, very, very blessed. And the fact that you guys spend some of your precious time with us, that does not go unnoticed. We really appreciate that because we know there's lots of other people that you could be watching or other things.
Shall I take another bite or we say goodbye?
We're going to say goodbye. He's dying to finish his lunch.
I keep waiting.
Wait. Is she going to keep talking or is she going to stop? I don't know. So anyway, we'll come back tomorrow and maybe you guys can share with us some of the amazing things that you have found in the bundle as well, because that would also be really fun. Yeah. So I'm Tami.
And I'm Tom.
And we help you get healthy and stay healthy one bundle at a time.
See you tomorrow.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Cute.